Hello and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a daily reading for October 14th, 2019. It's a reading for all signs, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I hope everyone enjoyed or is enjoying the full moon in Aries energy. And while I'm getting this, while I'm shuffling the cards, I'm going to ask that you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a comment and share the video at the end if that's something that you're into. I also just want to say thank you and welcome to all of my new subscribers, and a huge shout out and a virtual hug to all of my returning subscribers and listeners and watchers. I just want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of your support and for you guys being on this journey with me. It has been so powerful and wonderful and amazing. So this is just a huge thank you to you guys. So I'm also going to ask, I'm going to attach the link to my playlist that has all of your full moon and Aries for the individual signs to the end of this reading. So go ahead and check those out if you haven't already. My next set of readings for individual signs will be for the new moon on Scorpio. So in about 2 weeks, that should be happening, if I'm not mistaken, September 28th. All right, so today I'm using the After Tarot. It's one of my favorites. It's kind of a funny, interesting new take on the tarot. It's all of the cards are the original Rider-Waite images depicted, a few seconds to a minute after what we are used to seeing. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups pop out. Some of you might be dealing with love and relationships, which, is very much so on the forefront during Libra season. And this Aries new moon might have brought up some issues as well for you. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this reading, guys. All right, so your overall energy here is the King of Pentacles. I love this king. He's very, very steady, very stable, very loving. He is, look at this, we've got this bull who has just charged into the scene. The King of Pentacles is the money king, so he's also a nurturing, loving father. He's somebody who's very logical, and he could represent Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And I love this because we have the Taurus coming in, barging in, and he's just like, that's okay, baby. This is, I love you. And so this is just showing how nurturing he is, but also how he sits in his strength. It could be somebody who's an entrepreneur or a businessman, somebody who has worked hard, educated himself, and it doesn't necessarily mean through normal channels of education, but it could be self-taught. It could be somebody who's just worked hard for what he has and for what he's building and for his family and for stability and for abundance. So really nice energy. One of my favorite kings there. All right, the first card coming out is the Five of Swords. And then we have the Tower. Wow, and then we have the Four of Swords. And then we have, wow, the Five of Wands. Okay, so we have the Roman numeral 5 showing up in every single one of these cards. Now, fives can represent a little bit of instability. They could represent a little bit of conflict. But ultimately, this is all really good. And this may be stemming from the energy that we received, or that we've, the process we've been through with the full moon in Aries, which might have brought up a lot of, issues that we had suppressed, sort of emotional traumas, issues with relationships that we hadn't quite addressed. So there may have been this uncomfortable energy that kind of bubbled up to the top. Some of you might have had some discussions and or arguments having to do with any type of relationship, really. But it's ultimately like this beautiful purge, because as I mentioned in my full moon readings, it's like this proverbial food poisoning, where you eat something that's poisonous and now it comes up, and even though it hurts and is gross while it's coming up, ultimately you feel better. So I'm hoping, and I think we will also see the collective starting to feel better, that we did sort of have to purge some of these issues that, we hadn't quite dealt with. So the Five of Swords here, this is actually a victory card. This is you, and it could be you over other people, but I'm also getting it could be an internal victory for some of you, that you are finally able to face something that had really been bothering you, this sort of undercurrent of sorrow, this undercurrent. It could have been jealousy, it could have been self-doubt, and you fought it and you banished it. So you brought it up, you faced it, and boom, now you can clear it, and you are clearing it. And now you're sort of feeling that confident, I did it, don't come back here no more. So that's a really beautiful card. And then we have here the Tower, and this is really beautiful because, again, I'm getting that this isn't so much outside circumstances, but that you yourself, you brought on this bolt of lightning, and you realize that something had to come crashing down. Something had to go. And I'm really getting, for a lot of you doing shadow work, a lot of you dealing with your own issues, that, you said, I can no longer live like this. I can no longer be like this. And I'm no longer willing to tolerate being like this. I'm making changes. I'm bringing these about. Boom, burn down this tower. I'm no longer going to resist this, these changes. I'm no longer going to be sit comfortably in my self-doubt. I'm no longer going to sit comfortably in my trauma and let my experiences and my past sorrows and emotions rule my life. And I think that is so awesome and so powerful. And the Four of Swords is coming out, is saying, after doing all of this work, there is a real time of rest, relaxation, recuperation, rejuvenation, and that also that you're not alone. So for me, very much so, this could be the people in your life. It could be, a relationship. It could be your spouse. It could be your parent, brother or sister. It could be a really good friend, or it could be, spirit, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed, but that you're not alone, and that they're giving you this white rose, showing you that they love you, that they're here to support you in your healing, and that your healing is so paramount right now to your life and to your success, and just supporting you in that. And then we have the Five of Wands card coming out, but it's coming out in reverse. And the Five of Wands card is normally about healthy competition. It's all about flexing your muscles. It's about athleticism. It's kind of like that, we need a little bit of competition, for us to move up a level. Because if we never compared ourselves to anything, right, we might sort of stay stagnant. So it's good to have this sort of competition, show people what you've got, what you're made of. That's the normal sort of Five of Wands energy. And the Five of Wands energy, in the reverse, normally I would say is like things could get a little bit nasty, but here this Five of Wands is kind of cool because it's different. It's more like the Six of Wands. It's before a victory, so they're tired. They've showed, they've done all of this work. There was definitely something that you overcame, that you fought, that you banished, that you got rid of internally or externally, and it was actually a tower moment. It was actually bigger than I think you thought it was, and that sort of that healing that you're going through, is ultimately bringing you that peace and that victory. Okay. And this in the reverse, I'm saying that just, it's very important that you do take this time to heal, that you do really sit into this rest and this relaxation. Because look, they are all relaxing. They've all done the work, and they're feeling tired. They're feeling exhausted. They need to sit down and collect themselves before they can pick their wands back up and go home. And with that in the reverse, it's just telling me, and Spirit is saying, it's essential. Take this time out, especially after a full moon and especially after a purge. Give yourself the time, give yourself a break, that healing, that rest period. For those of you that exercise, it's really important to, make sure that, if you have a really tough day at the gym, that you let your muscles recover. And that's ultimately going to make you bigger and better, or, help you achieve your goals. So for those of you that don't go to the gym, it's like, give yourself this break, make sure you feed yourself good foods, you drink enough water, rest, do what you have to do, because you've been through a lot, and Spirit is saying very, very proud of you for doing all of this work and facing it head on. What other messages do you have for the collective for October 14th? All right. So we have the emotional loss card coming out. 5. This is the 5 of Cups. Another 5 card coming out, you guys. So 5s are very, very important for you and for you in this reading. So, you may be feeling it in your heart. There's something that you've lost. There's something that you had to lose. There's something, but I don't see it as a loss. I see it more as a victory. Something that you had to let go, that you were very emotionally attached to. Okay, but you stood in your strength. You are standing in your strength. You will need strength to get through this. This is also a Leo card, but Spirit is saying you have all the strength, all the power that you need, and also you need to regain your power after whatever sort of purge that happened. And I'm getting it probably had to do with this Aries new moon, full moon, sorry, but you're going to gain your strength through rest and recuperation after this huge purge. I love it. Yeah, thank you for these messages. They're really important. And then you have the Ace of Wands coming out, or prosperity begins. So this is what you need for those of you that are working on law of attraction. There may have been, for example, some sort of negative self-talk, something that you decided to banish, self-doubt. Maybe you were living with a scarcity complex. Feeling like you don't quite deserve, you don't deserve prosperity and abundance, even though that's what you wanted. So remember, with law of attraction, when you're sending out, I need money, I need this, I need that, your vibration is actually of you having is actually a negative vibration that you don't have. Okay, and I get that some of you may have banished some of that, gotten rid of some of that, or are working on raising your vibration. And I think you did that, and I think you faced a lot of that head on. And in this rest and recovery period, that's where your power and your prosperity is going to begin. That's really nice, you guys. I really like that. So what energies can assist us on our journey? October 14th, 2019. All right. The first card out, the Map Maker of Destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. So Spirit wants you to be reminded that you always have free will. Nothing is set in stone. Make sure that you stay true to yourself. Okay, and remember what your inspiration was for this process. You might be feeling really, really tired. You might be feeling sad. You might be feeling a little bit empty. Okay, but Spirit wants you to remember, remember what your inspiration for doing this shadow work, and remember what your purpose is here. All right, and when I'm seeing that, I'm seeing the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is really cool because this is family, this is stability, this is abundance. Okay, so remember those things that inspire you to do the work that you're doing. And remember, rest is a really, really important part of that cycle. And coming out as your ally, we have the Metal King, discipline, armor, and boundaries. So the Metal King is your ally, and he says, remember what is your authentic purpose, okay? You always have free will, but make sure that what you want, and remember that what you want is for your highest and greatest good, no matter what sort of trials and tribulations that might appear along the way. Okay, so remember that. The Metal King, he comes as your ally. He is going to help you achieve whatever it is you need to achieve. So right now, while you're resting, remember that doesn't mean the universe is at rest. Okay, you've done a lot of work. I'm getting some of you are going to feel pretty exhausted this Monday morning. Okay, but remember, that this is all part of the plan. Remember your higher purpose. Remember that all of this is a process. It takes discipline, and make sure that you're setting up your boundaries. If you feel too exhausted, there's something about saying, no, I can't go out. No, I can't help you today. No, I need these 5 minutes to myself. That you're actually, if you're overextending yourself, you're actually doing an injustice, not only to yourself, but to the people around you. Okay. So I just want you to remember that. And I'm just going to pull an angel answers for you guys. All right. The situation will improve. Definitely, you guys, definitely. So some of you, again, might be feeling a little bit exhausted from this full moon energy. Remember to, take care of yourself, rest, relaxation. Remember, your ultimate purpose and your intentions. You're definitely divinely supported to be successful. Remember, humanity and the universe is always working in your best interest and trying to manifest abundance and prosperity for you. And that if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Feeling this emotional loss, or feeling like, there's, that you're in this sort of a vacuum at the moment, remember that this is all part of this up-leveling process and that the situation will improve. I love you guys so much. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, and share if that's something you like to do. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day.